Hey everyone, Merch Hunter Ricky here, and I'm doing my Film Red review. I saw the movie opening day on November 4th with my wife. We caught the latest showing, which means we were stuck with kind of like the cringe anime crowd, unfortunately. They were just yelling the whole time, trying to get people to laugh with them. Aside from that, Film Red, what an experience. It is a good movie. Hands down, one of the better One Piece films around. I don't think it's going to top maybe like the likes of Zed, because Zed is just a masterpiece when it comes to just, even if you don't know anything about One Piece, you watch film Zed, you're going to be feeling some type of way. But all in all, it was a really good movie from start to finish. I mean, just from the jump of the movie, it starts smacking you hard. And this is a spoiler review, so, deal with it, because you can't really review something without giving too many spoilers. Unless you're just a little bit more talented than I am, which I'm sure there's tons of people capable of that. So anyways, first things first, gotta show off some Film Red merch. If you look to the left of me, you will see, maybe it's a little blurry, but Uta, Luffy, and Sunny-kun. And here's a little bit of Frankie action right there for you. He looks so good in the movie. Boombox Frankie, punk rock Frankie, Brooke takes the cake, though. He looked amazing throughout the whole movie. So, start of the movie, it's basically just the laydown of the situation. Hey, we want to go see Uta's concert. Here's all our awesome concert gear and who Uta is. And Luffy's doofus ass doesn't realize her by name, which I thought was kind of fishy. Or he at least didn't want to let anyone know. But when they get to the concert, after she does her first song, which is like right off the jump of the movie, she stops talking for a second and Luffy just straight jumps, or like, Gum Gum rockets onto the stage and is like, what it do, Uta, remember me? And they hug and everybody's like, yo, what's Luffy doing hugging Uta? And then he just turns around like, yo, this is Shanks' daughter, I grew up with her, what up? And that sets a tone for the whole movie. This completely missable pirate crew that should not have been in the movie at all, in my opinion. Like, they just had no reason being there, called the Jellyfish Pirates, show up, and it seems they're either working with Big Mom or Big Mom's crew has the same idea, because then Brule and Oven just jump on the stage too, like, we're gonna kidnap Uta for Big Mom, which kind of messes with the timeline of things, because Big Mom is on Wano at the same time as the Straw Hats, so it's not like, it's not like they left Wano and like leave right before the raid to go do this, because Big Mom wouldn't be able to do that, I don't think. But regardless, it's not canon, so it doesn't matter. Although Zoro is clearly wielding Enma, so there is that. And something happens at the end of the movie that's just a little bit like, what? But we'll get to that in a little bit. As far as like non-stop action, this movie has it. And I mean, like, in droves. I would say there's maybe like a 5-minute lull of like Kobe and Bluno, who Bluno gets like turned into like a little chibi version of himself that I've called Blunito, and same with Beppo. But like, this movie compared to Zed, compared to Strong World, compared to Adventure of Nebulandia, all those type of OVAs and stuff like that, this movie takes the cake for probably one of the better One Piece films. Like I said, it's not going to top Zed, because Zed is just perfect in every way, shape, and form. But this movie is, like, if you like action and music, this is the movie for you. Like I said, the first 25 minutes, 30 minutes of the movie is just an Uta concert, straight up. You get 4 songs back to back, and the songs don't stop throughout the whole movie. But basically, after the first 3 songs, Uta and Luffy do like a little game that Uta challenges him to, like they used to do it when they were kids too. They show in a flashback, and essentially that just like kind of like reveals Uta's plan right then and there. Because once Luffy's done playing with her, he's like, all right, I'm gonna go back to the ship and take a nap. And she's like, you're not going anywhere, buddy. You're all staying with me forever. And then she kind of does like the creepy like tsundere head turn, and that's when everybody's like, wait, what? And she takes the Straw Hat crew, like most of them, and sticks them up on like a music, whatever it's called. Like she makes a song out of them essentially, and they're all stuck on like a music page. And she does this to Brule, Oven. If you're an Oven fan, Oven is all up and down this movie. He gets the most screen time out of anyone in the movie, next to like the main cast. Kobe fans, Kobe whoops ass in this movie. This man is overworking, overclocking. There's a part where he straight up like calls out Bluno, like, what the hell is Cypherpole doing here? And he's like, I could say the same for Sword. And then Cody's like, look, let's leave the inter what did he say? He's like the interbranding or whatever, like the intergroup warfare for later. So that already shows us that later on, Sword and Cypherpole in the actual main story are not going to be homies. They start working together using to combat Uta, who has basically her Sing Sing Devil Fruit, which is essentially making a Reality 1 and Reality 2. Our reality in the song world. Well, not our reality, their reality. What happens then is that to combat being stuck under Uta's control, because she kind of has like almost awakening level power. If she isn't, unspoken awakened, she can control literally every facet of that world. A dude gets shot in the music world, and she just straight heals him. Another facet about the movie that I really like is that they give a good reason as to why Uta's doing this. And I know I've seen a lot of reviews, even Grand Line Review. He said like he didn't feel there was like a reason for her doing all this, and it's because she's consuming too many wake shrooms. And they said it makes you crazy, it makes you not sleep, and it makes you aggressive. And those are all three things that Uta is from the start of the movie. After her 25-minute concert or so, she's crazy. She goes literally insane and starts attacking the Straw Hats outright, especially Luffy. She's like hunting him down. The only reason Luffy gets saved is because Bartolomeo steps in, because he's a huge simp for Uta. He saves Luffy really fast, and then Law teleports him out. And when Law reveals why he's there, he's like, I'm not here as a fan. I'm here as a chaperone. And Beppo comes out in like a Uta gear power suit, and if you so much as say Uta's name, like all these fans and lights start playing, like, and it's just really awesome. And after that, this guy named Gordon comes up, and they have this whole little expose about how the kingdom of Elegia is a kingdom of musicians and singers, and Uta is like their pride and joy, their star pupil, their prodigy. And this is after Luffy escapes Uta's grasp after losing to her in the first fight. What happens then is that Kobe starts kind of bringing everyone together, and honestly, like, if it wasn't for Kobe, I doubt they would have had so much success in this movie. We would have been looking at a different situation. But because Kobe is such a G and so focused on his goal of saving people, he basically made it so that he forces Blue Note to constantly be using the Door fruit, and what that does is stops you from being controlled by Uta's reality of the Sing Sing world. Because when she has her little Sing Sing Devil Fruit powers, like I said, in the song world where she traps everyone, she puts everyone to sleep in Reality 1, and in Reality 2, she has them like under her control. She can like create music notes, she can heal wounds, she can make little music note barriers, like physical music notes that stop bullets from touching her. She creates like sound people with like music notes for heads that have like the ability to fly. They're like raid suits almost, but like really weak raid suits of the Germa Kingdom. It's like they have like a music note head, and they're like an empty body on the inside, and they have like a shield and a lance, and they're just flying around the kingdom surveying and fighting anyone and everyone who doesn't listen to Uta. Which at this point in the movie, it ends up being Luffy, Law, Bartolomeo, Kobe, Bluno, and a couple other people. And it's just an awesome, badass crew. Meanwhile, Brook realizes his dream of finally seeing Nami's panties, and he's like looking up while they're all stuck up on like the little like music sheet that Uta like created, and she stuck them all on there. Robin gets the idea that, hey, she said she's gonna make us into a song, so can you please sing, and that will stop us from like being stuck here. Just read the notes out and sing. So Brook starts singing the notes, and one by one the notes he hits, like Nami gets released, Robin gets released, Frankie, Brûlé, Oven, they all get released, and they go into Bluno's Door fruit power. And that way, like I said, they're not under Uta's sway any longer. Meanwhile, in the real world, the Gorosei are watching, and they sent like a Buster Call type fleet down to Elegia to stop them. This is where Shanks steps in, and it's like one of the most badass scenes in the movie. Uta in the real world is like about to kill Luffy, and Shanks just stops him. And this is like Luffy confronting her like, Shanks is here, huh? That's how powerful Shanks' hockey is. I know I'm kind of all over the place right now, but I am still going in order. So, after the main crew of Luffy's main character people start combating Uta more and more, finally, Robin and the Straw Hats go underneath the castle of Elegia Kingdom, and when they go there, they basically get like a top musica type situation where like it's like perfect for Robin. She might as well have been reading a poneglyph. They fight some giant robots. It's pretty badass. Like, it really, really harkens to the current events of the manga. So I'm just, I love how they do that. Like, if you go back and watch Strong World, that is essentially the end of Wano. You can't tell me any differently. It's Luffy literally flying on like a bird that might as well be Momonosuke fighting a Yonko level enemy. So, all in all, afterwards, everything is said and done, and Luffy's people have finally broken through to fight like the final confrontation to Uta, because this movie is fast. Like, for 2 hours, it does not feel like 2 hours. Straight up, like I said, the movie doesn't let up. Concert, confrontation, final fight. It's just whoosh, really fast. 5 minutes of explanation, and that's really all you get. Like, if I wasn't caffeinated as shit like I am right now, I wouldn't have been able to pay attention to the movie, because even the final fight scene, it is so fast that you're going to want to watch it in slow motion when the Blu-ray comes out, because you want to watch all of Shanks' crew members fighting alongside the Straw Hats. You don't get that. Like, you do and you don't, because Shanks is in the reality of the real world, and then the music reality is the Straw Hats and like some Big Mom pirates, Law, and basically what they do is they fight Top Musica. And a quick description of Top Musica: if you're watching this, you've probably seen everyone else's review and you've somehow made it to mine, so I really appreciate that. Top Musica is basically just like a 3-headed monster with like clown features and like piano organs, which makes no sense, but it makes sense when you see it. It's like a big ghost monster, and he's in both worlds, and they have to fight him together. The red-haired pirates and the ragtag crew of the Straw Hats, and the Big Mom pirates, and Law's 2 people, and Bartolomeo and all that. So basically, they do a bunch of combination attacks, but specifically the red hair pirates, you're like, what are they gonna do? And like Lucky Roo rolls himself into a ball. Lime Juice and Hongo have like staffs, it looks like. Rockstar, who's now a commanding officer, like spins himself like a drill into Top Musica, and they all do that together, but like you really don't get to take that scene in the way you would want to. And then after they destroy it, Luffy's is straight up in Gear 5. Like, straight up, he's in Gear 5. I'm just going to say it like that. But, that's kind of neither here nor there, because he basically looks like he's just Snake Man attacking. He doesn't really do, like, Gear 5 attacks. He just does the Snake Man, like, ah, and, like, the Gum Gum Culverin, basically, or the King Cobra. But it's still a fantastic scene. Like, don't let my stupid version of the recanting of the events stop you from seeing that movie. The movie's great. Even if you don't like musicals, the music is extremely important because it's her devil fruit power. So, it's not like Shiki's, where like he's just straight up like ground morphing things, even though all he can do is make things float. You know what I mean? It's not like Zed, who just has like a big mechanical arm. Uta actually sings the whole movie because she has the sing fruit. Not only that, she's a trained singer. So much like Law being good at having doctor powers, getting the Ope Ope no Mi, she is a trained musician who gets the sing fruit. It's like that level perfect for her. Although there is one part in the movie where she, like, Law saves Luffy, and she goes, oh, so there's other powers? Like, damn, Uta, you are uneducated. But, oh well. So, like I said, the final fight scene it goes by so fast that you don't really have time to take it all in. The only one I can remember is the only scene they show in slow motion, which is Robin and Chopper. Chopper going into Kung Fu Point, and Robin, like, going almost full demonio, pushing him into Top Musica. But then the ending of the movie is so abrupt, more abrupt than that fight, that it kind of takes away from the whole experience. But it's like a -1 on like a 10 out of 10 film, so 9 out of 10. Because at the end of the movie, Uta's singing her little song, and It's revealed that the wake shrooms are going to kill her. Another person that didn't need to be in the movie, by the way, they show Khalifa for 2 seconds, like 2 separate times for 2 seconds each, just to like stand and announce that Uta's about to die. Also, you get a background story of Shanks, which is amazing, and although this is a spoiler review, I don't want to tell you about it. It's so good. Go see the movie so you can see it. And I think it's in the trailer anyways, so it's just how you get to see what Shanks does in the past to relate to him loving Uta now. And that's really cool to me. The final moments of the film are just kind of like too fast, though. The fight is too fast, and then the ending where Uta straight up dies, spoiler alert, they don't really show it very well. And then, moreover, they have her in like a coffin, it seems, or standing over her body, but you can hardly tell because the red hair pirates are like surrounding her. And then Luffy looks up, and Shanks looks up, and it's like One Piece Film Red, over, boom. And that's that. And then the credits roll, and if you stay through the credits, it just kind of like shows everyone listening to her music. You can wait for the Blu-ray for that scene, honestly. Just go home. But all in all, fantastic movie from start to finish. It's just that the ending 15 minutes or so are really fast. Like, they crammed in a little bit too much, kind of like the raid on Onigashima. Like, too many moving parts. Not only that, but like the freaking jellyfish pirates, like I said, they're just completely like forgettable. You don't need them in the movie. And same with Khalifa. Like, just don't show her next time. You know what I mean? Whatever the next One Piece film is, if there is one, please do not cram the most important parts of the movie into the end, because that's the only problem with this fantastic film. Like, literally everything else seems like it has time to breathe and marinate and be in your face and for you to absorb it all in, right? And then the ending scene, fight, bam, 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 boom, bam, bam, boom, bam, bam, and it's over. And then Uta, like the final confrontation of Shanks versus the admirals, it's nothing special. He just blasts some hockey, and they're like, I don't want to fight him. But you have to remember too, like, one of the plot points is that like the civilians can't be harmed. They're like asleep in the real world, and she's like controlling them like zombies somehow. Yet in like the music world, they're like, what's happening? And so Shanks's crew doesn't hurt the civilians. Meanwhile, Borsellino, Kizaru is just like, cap all the civilians. Fuck it. Who cares? Oh, and a celestial dragon gets involved, and it's a really funny scene. But like I said, as for the review, start to finish, very good stuff. You get a concert. Uta's singer, Otto, she is talented as all hell. She can sing her ass off, note to note. She can project. She can do low notes, high notes, mid notes. I don't really know the terminology. But she can sing so good. It was a really good experience. Other than, like I said, there was like some cringe anime fans that were really annoying. But other than that, it was a great film. And, I mean, just look at the merch. You get Sunny-kun. And this is Uta's idea of a bad guy. She's like, everyone needs to look like bad guys. This is what she thinks a bad guy looks like. Think again, Uta. You just gave Luffy drip of the century is all. And then Uta herself, she looked great throughout the whole movie. These are the Wano Kuni Gashapon set, but the Film Red Gashapon set came in. The official brand name for this is called the 1P No Mi fruit set, and there's tons of them. As you've seen in my channel, I have tons of them. Like I said, fantastic film. I feel like I'm just repeating myself. Start to finish, great stuff. Just the ending 15 minutes, instead of dragging, it's like they fucking push fast forward, and you don't have time to like suck in any of it. It'll make great Blu-ray sales just for people who want to see the fight scene over and over again, because the ending fight is cool. You get to see all of Shanks' crew, and I mean, like, they're so interesting and unique, and if they all don't have devil fruit still, that's crazy, like, what they're doing. Like, Lucky Roo straight rolls into a ball. Hongo is, like, whooping out some staff moves. Lime Juice is whooping out some staff. Looks like there's some electricity on it. Rockstar spins. Bonk Punch and Monster literally just live up to their name and punch. Like, it's good stuff. Fantastic stuff. The meeting between Usop and Yasop is amazing. Tons of channels have covered it, so I'm not going to talk about it, because, you know, as fans, we love that. We were waiting for that moment, but it's not as big of a moment as you think it is. It's just like 2 sentences. So, like, to me, Blue No Beppo, being turned into chibi characters was my highlight of the film. I love that. They were hilarious the whole time. Like, there's a part where Gordon is stuck up on the music sheet that Uta has him on, and like he's like showing Beppo how to sing, and when Beppo sings and frees him, he's like, "You are a magnificent little bear," and Beppo's like, "Thank you." You know, like every little character quirk in the movie is known and shown, and it's just really all around high action, high paced, very fun film. This has been Merch Hunter Ricky. This is my Frankie keychain, and Film Red was a great movie, and I really encourage you to see it. Thanks for watching.